The following is produced by 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.
From worldly wines and marshmallow magic to puff pastry pizzazz, the best of wine and food brings you marvelous marinades, holiday hams, and jerky snacks guaranteed to give your guests a jolt. All coming up on the best of wine and food.
Hello, I'm George Hamilton, and welcome to the Best of Wine and Food, coming to you from the beautiful Boca Raton Resort and Club. Best of Wine and Food features the finer things life has to offer. We've got an exciting show coming up, so stay tuned for a television show with taste.
Which wine to serve for the holidays? Banffy Vintners has great ideas. And get more from your marshmallows this holiday season from Campfire Marshmallows on the Best of Wine and Food.
From a weekday meal for the family to a festive weekend feast with friends, wine can be the perfect complement to any meal. And you'll see there are subtle nuances to pairing the perfect wine to the proper dish.
Anchored by a medieval 11th century estate and surrounded by more than 7,000 acres in southern Tuscany, Castello Banffy is one of Italy's premier vineyards and a producer of some of the world's finest wines. With us today is Lucio Sorre, Banffy's resident wine expert, to explain which wines best complement various meals. Welcome, Lucio.
Thank you very much, Jackie. A pleasure to be here.
And what have you brought us today?
Indeed, we have a wonderful selection of exciting wines that excite the palate and make the heart feel better.
Well, that sounds delightful. What should we begin with?
We are going to begin with one of the great wines of the world, Brunello di Montalcino from Castello Banffy. It is a wine that has a lot of complexity, character, style, elegance. It is a wine that makes your whole being rejoice when you drink it.
Well, I think that's an invitation to try it.
Right, it makes food taste great also.
All right.
To your good health.
Let's try. Well, this is truly delicious. I love it.
Well, thank you.
What else do you have?
Next to that, we have what the Banffy feel is our standard bearer. We call it Sumus. And Sumus is a wine made with 3 noble grape varieties, the Brunello, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Syrah. And Sumus also goes well with game, with red meat roasts, lamb, any hearty main courses, and of course cheese.
And Sumus means what?
Sumus means the summit, the non plus ultra, the very top.
Now I see you also brought a white wine. What is
Yes,
that?
a white wine. This is a Pinot Grigio from the constellation of single vineyards at Castello Banffy. It is a wine that has a lot of fruit, a lot of charm, very refreshing, and it is a wine that goes very well with white meats, with seafood, or even by itself as an aperitif.
Now, we also have something called Col di Sasso.
Col di Sasso. Col di Sasso is a wonderful, youthful, charming, fairly simple red wine made with 2 grape varieties, Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot.
Now, the final one over here with the desserts, I see looks like it's in a champagne bottle.
Yes, it is called Brachetto d'Acqui, a wine made with a single grape variety called Brachetto. It is sparkling, it is made by the Charmat method, and it goes very well with her chocolate mousse here.
Right.
And also by itself as a pick-me-up in the afternoon with some strawberries and other berries.
Well, Lucio, I want to thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you for inviting me.
And I'm sure we all learned a lot on the perfect wines to accompany our meals. For complete recipes and lifestyle information, visit our website at vstar.com.
You float them in cocoa, stick them over a campfire, and squeeze them between graham crackers. But there's more to marshmallows than campfires and kids.
Easy and elegant. Simple but sophisticated. Great combinations. And with the holidays coming, This is the way to entertain. Now, with me today is Executive Chef Ron Radebaugh from Dakota Restaurant, who's going to demonstrate some dazzling desserts your guests will just dive right into. Thanks for joining us, Ron.
Thanks for having me. Since everybody's always looking for a quick and easy way, almost cheating in the kitchen, today we're going to make it's a cranberry apple crisp, and we're going to use campfire marshmallows.
Great.
And in here I've taken 6 apples, I've peeled them and sliced them up. I have 1 cup of cranberries. You could use frozen or these were fresh. And I have 4 cups of marshmallows, and I have a handy resealable bag. I'd pre-measured them and popped them right in here. This is one of those dishes that it's great with a roast or with as your Thanksgiving dish, with a side dish, or as a dessert.
I can see, yeah.
You got it.
You need a big bowl to start with, though, don't you?
You got it. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix this up, and then we're going to put it into the baking pan. And now into the other part here, we're going to make the topping. In here we've taken a 3/4 of a cup of flour, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, which will break up a little bit, it's easier to mix. 3/4 of a cup of oatmeal, 3/4 of a cup of butter, and the remaining cup of marshmallows. I'm just going to spoon this over the top. This becomes the crisp crust. We preheated our oven to 375 degrees. And here we come out with a finished one.
Oh, that looks great. Ooh, it smells good, too. All right, now how many would this serve?
This would serve 12.
Really? Or 3, if my husband got to it first, I guess.
They're really big eaters, 3 would be good.
What kind of marshmallows do you use? Does it make a difference what kind?
Well, I prefer campfire marshmallows because they're a premium quality marshmallow, and I find their light, delicious vanilla flavor adds a lot to the dishes.
What else can you make with marshmallows?
Well, to make something else that's foolproof and easy like this, I can make the chocolate mousse. And chocolate mousse, as you know, is very difficult because normally you have to coddle and whip up the egg whites to lighten the mousse. And this, it's as simple as using the marshmallows and some chocolate, melting them in a saucepan, and you can even add flavors to it, like a coffee for a mocha, or you can use amaretto or anything else you'd like to have like that.
Wow, and mousse is something I would normally never try to make. So
very hard to make in the home.
Thank you so much, Ron, for a great way to use something that's as easy and simple and fun as marshmallows. Terrific.
Thank you.
Now, if you'd like the recipe for this foolproof chocolate mocha mousse or the cranberry apple crisp, you can visit our website or stick around till the end of the show where you can get these recipes and more from Campfire Marshmallows for the holidays.
Put pizzazz in your party with puff pastry shells from Pepperidge Farms and make mealtimes marvelous with marinades and dressings from Ken's Steakhouse. Next on the Best of Wine and Food.
You're entertaining at home and you want to do something a little extra special with your meal. Well, there's a perfect way to put pizzazz into your next party. They're delicious, golden brown, and create elegant entrees, appetizers, and desserts with ease.
With ease and convenience in mind, we're always looking for ways to make entertaining exciting. And with the holidays coming, Wine and Food's executive chef Dan Falassi has some terrific ideas to ease the stress of holiday entertaining. Hi, Dan. What do you have for us today?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
I have something that is simple and elegant. What I have today is Pepperidge Farm puff pastry. Now, these are terrific, terrific little desserts and appetizers.
It looks complicated.
No, they're very, very easy. Let me make a strawberry Napoleon for you. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to start with baking our puff pastry sheet here. And what I've got is some puff pastry sheets that I've defrosted for about 30 minutes. And it's ready to go. You just simply unfold it, and you see they create their own lines in here that you follow. They're kind of like guidelines.
Makes it easy.
Exactly. And then you just follow down these guidelines like that. And then you're going to want to cut these down 4 more times to create single puff pastry sheets. And what you want to do is preheat your oven, and we'll bake these in a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes or until lightly golden brown. And see how fluffy these things come up. They are fantastic. Okay, so let's start making this. This is really easy. Let's take one of our ones that have cooled off already.
Good idea.
Okay, and we're going to take this, and you're just going to split it open again with the same knife that you cut the dough with. And then we're going to take one more. So what you want to do is, while you let those split and cool down, they've already cooled a bit, we're going to add our vanilla pudding here into the whipped cream. And what that's going to do is create a really light and fluffy mixture to go inside. So we're going to take that,
Sounds delicious.
and we're just going to fold this together. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of our folded mix here, and we're just going to, I'm going to bring it over here so we can just pile that stuff right on top. Oh, make it really tasty. Okay? And we're going to put on with that some of our fresh strawberries. Okay? And you can just take little few pieces, have fun with it, throw them right on there. And we're going to take one more sheet, put it on top. It's really these 3 simple steps. It's bake the pastry dough, prepare the filling, and then layer it, and it's done. And then you take your top layer and just kind of finish it off like that. And what I'm going to do is going to put a little powdered sugar on top of this, and you want to dust that, so a little holiday snow on top of your strawberry Napoleon.
Gorgeous.
And we're going to take one of our beautiful strawberries here that we've picked out, and we're going to garnish right on top.
Perfect.
And voila, finished.
Gorgeous. Now, I have one question. Can we make these in advance?
You can make them up to 4 hours in advance, keep them in your refrigerator, and have time for your guests during the holidays.
Fantastic. Now, what about these other Napoleons? You know, I've heard of dessert Napoleons before, but we're talking more here.
Yeah, well, you know, Napoleons are really the hottest craze in restaurants. And as you see over here, we have a portobello mushroom and tomato, fresh basil, and provolone cheese Napoleon. Yeah, it's delicious. And over here is a California-style Napoleon. And what you want to keep in mind is that all of these are made the same process.
I want to thank you for joining us, Dan. It's been terrific. They look beautiful.
Yeah,
and if
thank
you'd
you.
like to learn more about these great puff pastry recipes, you can check out Pepperidge Farm's website at www.puffpastry.com. Or you can stay tuned, and at the end of the show, we'll show you how you can get a free recipe book.
For complete recipes and lifestyle information, visit our website at vstar.com.
Accessories and furnishings, well, it makes the difference between flat and fabulous. In clothes, it's the difference between beautiful and boring. Salads are accessories to your meal, and they too can be dressed up. Watch how.
It was more than a little surprise for the founders of Ken's Steakhouse in Massachusetts when customers began to demand that they bottle the Italian salad dressing created by Ken's mother-in-law. Well, today, more than 50 years later, Ken's Steakhouse still features steaks, but customers now favor their more than 3 dozen dressings and marinades. Here to show us some unique ways to enjoy fast, fun, and fabulous dishes with these dressings and marinades is wine and food chef correspondent Melissa Heffernan. Thanks for joining us, Melissa.
Thanks, Jackie. Of course, the real challenge to making dinner today is to find something that's fast and delicious. I love to use marinades and dressings to make the job a little bit easier.
Now, can you use a dressing as a marinade? I've always wondered about that.
Absolutely. I love to use Ken's Steakhouse dressings, and they've won many awards.
So what are we making today?
Well, the first dish we're going to do is Steak Supreme. And what I did last night was I marinated 1 pound of sirloin tips, which were cut into 2-inch pieces, in a 1/4 cup of Ken's Italian dressing and marinade. And this is the granddaddy of the line. It's the one that started it all.
Oh.
Okay. Now I've heated up a pan here, and I'm going to add these in, start them browning. And we're also going to add a cup of sliced mushrooms, 2 thinly sliced zucchini, and 1 tomato, seeded and chopped. Toss that around. Okay. So while that's cooking, we'll move on to our next recipe. Okay.
What are we making this time?
Tortellini salad.
Okay.
What we have here is 1 pound of cheese tortellini, 1 cup of red and yellow sliced very thinly pepper, 1 tomato, seeded and chopped, some drained marinated artichoke hearts, which were sliced in half.
One of my favorites.
And last but not least, we're going to add in some greens. This is watercress, 3 cups, or you could add arugula. And then what we're going to do is use one of the light dressings that Ken's Steakhouse makes. Use a
This
1/4
one is
cup.
the olive oil vinaigrette.
Olive oil vinaigrette. Very good and lower in calories.
Right. Well, that was easy.
Here I'm going to be adding 2 cups of cooked hot pasta.
Okay. You just pour that right in there.
Just
and
pour it
stir
right
around.
in and you just combine it.
Terrific.
I think our steak supreme is done.
All right, well that was very easy and smells wonderful. I'm sure it will taste delicious. Thank you so much for being with us, Melissa. We appreciate it.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
Now, if you'd like to get these recipes and learn about dozens more made from Ken's Steakhouse dressings and marinades, you can log on to our website at vstar.com. Stay tuned.
Got the holiday blues? Hormel has the cure. And your guest will say what a party with Oh Boy Oberto jerky snacks coming up on the Best of Wine and Food.
The holidays are coming, and it's your turn to cook for the family, and you've got the holiday blues. Well, it's a common phenomenon, but there's a cure.
With today's busy lifestyles, the young homemaker just doesn't have the time and the expertise like mother or grandmother used to. And Hormel has created the Q81 ham because it's easy to prepare, it's delicious, and it's just a succulent traditional ham. As you can see, the spiral cut ham is a bone-in ham, and it is also, spiral cut actually means that it is cut in a spiral around the bone. This will make it much easier for the homemaker, no fuss, no cutting, and you cook it just like you would a traditional ham. The boneless Q81 ham is not a pre-sliced ham, and you would slice it just like you traditionally would slice a ham, but again, you don't have the problem with the bone in, so it is very easy and no problems to slice. This beautiful, delicious Q81 ham spiral cut, as you can see, it's fully sliced, comes with its own package of honey glazed mix. What I like to do with this ham, I put a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan that gives you a little steaming effect to heat this product more efficiently. Place some foil over it so you protect it from drying out. The boneless Q81 ham, again, is wrapped and sealed for freshness. And what you will do is just turn it over, cut the seal in the back, and just cut nice diamonds. And if you like the flavor of cloves, go ahead and place some cloves in there and do it the traditional way. Now I'm going to take this ham and I like to add a little bit of molasses and take roughly half a cup of water. Wrap it again with foil, place it in the oven, 325 degrees. I'm going to prepare a traditional glaze for this ham, and by traditional I mean you add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's how Grandma used to do it. In this particular case, I use some carrot syrup, I'm going to use a little bit of honey, and I'm also going to use some dark molasses. I also like the flavor of mustard, so in this glaze I'm going to add just a little bit of Dijon mustard. Gives it a little snap, and that's all it is. Okay, as we can see, this beautiful Q81 ham, traditional Q81 ham is finished. There's a little bit of dripping in this pan, and what I will do is I will transfer some of that dripping into the glaze. Gives it a wonderful ham flavor. It has a little bit of smokiness to it. I made a very basic glaze. All you need is some molasses or some sugar-based, and then you can add some fresh pineapple, you can add fresh juices, you can add some cranberry to it. As a professional chef, I'm almost afraid to tell you my secret. If you want to cook a simple meal for the holidays, cook a ham, because you can't go wrong with it.
You love great food, you love to eat it, and you love to cook it. You even consider yourself a gourmet. But sometimes you don't have the time to slice and dice, steam and simmer, stand and stir fry. So imagine getting yourself gourmet results without the gourmet effort.
You've seen it in supermarkets and hanging on racks in convenience stores. It's jerky, and it's more than just a great snack food. Chef Ron Radebaugh from Dakota Restaurant will demonstrate how to use jerky meats to make great-tasting snack alternatives for your next party or get-together.
What I'm going to do here is the summertime mix. We have some turkey jerky that I'm adding in here, some apricots. I just cut them up a little bit so they're a little more bite-sized. We're going to use some golden raisins, and we're going to finish it off with a little bit of sunflower seeds. And just a dash of honey.
Beef and turkey jerky can be served mix and match style as the perfect appetizer at your next party.
Well, beef jerky actually is made from premium cuts of beef, and it's taken and it's put with a blend of seasoning and spices, and then it's smoked to perfection.
Jerky is also low in fat and nutritious.
Beef jerky is a low-fat alternative because not only is it low in fat, but it's very high in protein. There's 10 grams of protein in a serving. The other wonderful thing about this is that you can combine the flavors to really have a nice mix and something fun to eat.
One brand, Oh Boy Oberto, has a variety of delicious flavors, natural-style beef and turkey jerky, like hickory smoke and teriyaki. Just serve with dried fruits and nuts, and you'll have tasty jerky treats your guests are sure to enjoy.
Here we have dried mango. We've cut up a little bit. You could use dried pineapple if you care to. We have some almonds I've chopped here. We're going to add into there a little bit of beef jerky, and because there's so many varieties of flavors, today this is a peppered beef jerky to give a little bit of spice, a little bit of fun. We have a little bit of sesame sticks, a couple of pretzels, and if you can season things the way you'd like to, if you want to use Tabasco or something to raise the tempo of the dish a little bit. They're easy and fun, and actually the only thing that holds you back is your own imagination.
There are many interesting snacks that can be prepared with jerky. For instance, the Thanksgiving tradition, turkey jerky with dried cranberries and pecans. There's Kickoff Crunch, beef jerky, pretzels, almonds, and sesame sticks with a hint of steak seasoning sauce. The Lone Star Salute, beef jerky, corn chips, tortilla strips, and Tex-Mex seasonings. And the Island Delight, teriyaki turkey jerky, dried pineapple and bananas, and taro chips. So the next time you want to mix up your snack alternatives, reach for jerky meats as a nutritious and tasty party picker-upper.
Well, that's it for this edition of Best of Wine and Food. I hope we've satisfied your senses, teased your palate, and given you food for thought. Until next time, may your cup be full, your plate hearty, and your life rich with the delights of the best of wine and food.
This has been a presentation of 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content.